take a little red, just a bit, because red is so strong, can change the value so fast. And then more yellow. Try to mix together. Then you can reach orange. If you add more yellow, your orange is moved toward yellowish. If you add more red, your orange move toward orangish, reddish. So that's the color that we need. Take your brush and start drawing. Sorry. Okay. If you see, it's like the vertical, it's not horizontal. The canvas is like that. And the big part, even half of the canvas is our pumpkin. And then the two sunflowers is on the back. So we start from sunflowers to color it and then come to the pumpkin because it's on top. But for drawing, I just mentioned about the big shaped circle-y one, and I choose this part is the center of my canvas. Half on top and half keep for the bottom. And then make the nice C curve here and try to bring it down. And don't be worried about the drawing. Anytime you can fix your drawing by adding the color or by remove some of, I don't say remove, we don't have any removing there, but we can add the other color on top. And then the pumpkin has some, like a stem on the center here. So I choose this part as a stem part. And 1, 2. One curve here. I'm going to add like this. And then another one here. Just let me start to shape this line as a stem to be more visible. And then I will separate it by different section later to make it more accurate, look like our pumpkin here. You can make it a little bit nice and curvy here or from this way. And don't worry, the reason I go with the oranges and cover inside, because if you go with more layers, so you can easily cover the white of canvas and get rid of it. So it's so easy to go as a layers. I recommend with more layers than 2, actually, you can work on it. So the orange can cover it. Again, when we come on top with the brown, it can cover so fast. The other one is a bigger one. Here it's a start from this top of the paper on here. And then a little bit I keep for the right side. The left side is hide under this beautiful long petals, but it's okay. I just imagine somewhere like that. And then connect it to pumpkin. So I just add a tone on it. I can start to draw the petals here. It's easier when you go from the side, because when you start from the middle, then you lose the rest. It's okay if you lose some of them, but I recommend go with this one first, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left, then this one on top of the pumpkin, and then these 4 you can cover it. So start with one of this nice and long C curve, and then this one. And don't pay attention, it should become on top of this brown. It's okay. When I add the yellow color, I will come on top later. And then this one, 1, which is here, 2, which is here, the 3, it's come a little bit like this way, and like that. Make it pointy here, and then this one, make it a little pointy here too. So far, so good. Everybody are okay with the simple shape of drawing? Do you need more time or we can move on? Just if you need more time, please let me know.
We can move on.
Sorry, you're done?
Yeah, we're good. We can move on.
Oh, okay, great, thank you. So if you see on this model, the first item is this one, because the second sunflower is come on top, and then the pumpkin on top of these two. So we need to start with this one first, and then after we finish, after it gets completely dry, we can move on the other sunflower and then move on with this pumpkin and the details. So I started with this brownie color first. First of all, I go with the whole just simple, flat and solid brown. These details inside need to come on top and need the brown get completely dry. So just with a flat brush, take the brown and try to cover the orangey part just with the brown. The reason I didn't start drawing with brown because I want to have the layers on my painting. And I find always the reddish background is so nice when you bring it reddish oranges most of the time. It's nice when you do drawing with those color and then add the other color on top of it. So I just cover it. Even you see, if you under the brown see a little bit reddish or orangey color would be okay. It's so much better than the white of canvas. And you need to take heavy paint. I really love heavy paint. You see how much paint I take? And so soft, like touching the baby face. I try to add this heavy texture on top. It takes a little bit more time. We can use hair dryer to help it dry faster. But when we make texture after it dry, you can touch and feel this heavy nice texture. If you like, it's not mandatory. If you don't like it, you want to blend and make it so flat, very welcome to go like that. So this is the brownie color. I'm okay, a little further to go. And then I can do this one as well, because it takes time to get dry, so we can go with the brown. And then for the rest, we'll do it later. Take the brush, again, heavy paint with yellow from out of the canvas, or from out of the brownie one. I try to come inside a little bit gently. Very slowly, you can come close to the brown. We don't want to touch the brown. Just we want to come closely to that. When you do it slowly, the dark brown doesn't get dirty or yellow color. Just cover it, and most of the part it's yellow. So you can go with that. To color the yellow. And you can follow the shape of petals, not add the brush stroke left and right, just come from out inside like this way. And even for here, it will come till here, till this part, and then the rest is, and start from close to the brown, just like that. And if the brown is still wet, make sure not to touch the brown, because it can bring the dark color into your yellowy color. So a little bit just close to that would be okay. Do like this. Take the orange, go like that. If you go further, it's fine. If you just go a little bit half and leave the yellow be visible more, you can do like this. Just randomly happen. And it's already, the yellow is still wet. It's like sticky, but still wet. So you see they blend a little together. It's not really sharp edge happen. So just all around do the same. a little bit here, please do it longer, because this petal's supposed to be longer. And even from out, we can do a little bit come inside. Just when you want to bring some color on top of the other, a little bit less pressure in your hand. Because the background, when we do just heavy pressure, you can do it and try to cover white of canvas. But when you go with the top of the layers, just slowly like this, smooth and slow, you can do to let this color so soft sit on top of the yellow one. And then move on with red. With the tip of brush, when we want to draw the line, you can straight take your brush like that and draw the line on top of your canvas. So I take a little bit red, I try to add randomly in between. Not everywhere, just randomly. Just take a little bit dark brown and take red, more red. Then you mix these two together, you can reach reddish brown. That's the brown we need for flowers. And then I'm going with smaller brush. Even if you're comfortable with pointy brush, you can go with that. I take some and start shape like a curvy part of the petals in sunflower. It's more curvy when it's the start, like here. In some part, when it's wet, would be okay. They mix together, nothing happened. And when they mix together, would be okay. Like a kid's painting from top to bottom, draw one long curve shape. You can just start from here, leave it be like fade, and then start adding the rest here. So it's already fade together. You see, you have a little bit line here, and then this is the reddish orangish color, and then move to the darker brown. But it shows that these are the petals. So the other one like this, tiny bit from here and tiny bit from here, make it curve. Then I don't continue with the bigger one. I just go on top a little bit, narrow line. Or even a little here. And don't worry if you don't like this darkness, clean your brush with napkin. You can bring back a little yellow on top. Then you can bring back the orange on top. From transparency, make it a little opaque. So we need to take a little yellow here, just a touch of white color, mix with this. This white help your paint get more darkness and get more opaque, and you can cover the white, the darkness easily. And then with the clean brush, take heavy paint and add on top, like here. This part was covered by brown. So with heavy texture, I come on top, try to cover it. You see here? Easily the yellow can sit on top of the brown. And then come down to cover it. Again, heavy paint always so helpful. More yellow maybe with white. And make sure not to leave your palette knife without cleaning, because of the glue that acrylic has. Then cover the other one. And then the third one. It's okay if you cover the shape of stem, because the stem comes on top of this petal. In between, we need some mix these two actually. So we have the lighter brown, we have this light and greeny color. Take your brush. I recommend smaller brush if you have. Take like this, tiny square. Like this, you can make on top. Close together. And even you can move on with darker brown in between. without any cleaning, even the edge a little bit darker. So come on top a little with just a pure brown. And again, back inside with this lighter tone. And then in between, take some green. You see the green here? I take some. My brush is not clean. It has this color, which is the brown. A little bit, I bring close to this brown. The feeling of green happen here. So brown. And then in between some green tone or on top of them would be okay. I like hooker green so much because that's the green you can match with everything. Before I get used to work more with sap green, I like that one too. But nowadays I really prefer to go with hooker green most of the time. So it's like a plank. That's easy to do, I think. So we need to see this darkness as well. Please not lose them. And even if you have time, you can come on top of this center as well. If you have this color, move on this one too. You don't need to wait, work the petals and then move to the center for this flower. So I mix again. A little more brown with white color. And then move on with the smaller brush, because the smaller brush is easy. Just you take the color and just do it like that. Make the square with the size of your brush. Because of that, it's too easy. Or even if you see it's too separate from each other, come with the brown. Try to a little bit connect them with this darker brown together. It's already reduced this really lightness. Of separation, just that. And then this one, even a little bit line here. You see, I just leave yellow here in between. And then this one, a little bit. I'm not finished each petal. I just randomly add a little line here, little line there. The color of pumpkin at the same time. We have, it's so equal of this color that we have for the actually the petals. So they're the same, but it's a little bit more orangey. The yellow is less, orangey is more. The same colors that we have, just I start with the lighter color, because always we need to start with lighter tone, then move on with the darker tone on top. Like again, back to yellow, take some, mix with the white color to make it lighter a little bit and opaque. A little more paint, please mix it together because it's a bigger part. And then With a bigger size of brush, take a lots of yellowy color like that and start from center like this. Just randomly add a lots of yellow to the center because here is more covered by yellow. And even each part, it's separate from each other, but that's okay. Randomly take heavy paint on different section of the pumpkin. And please use heavy paint because we need to have wet surface to bring all the colors at the same time. And I don't want to let it dry. So it's lots of yellow. And then jump to orange from the other side, like this way. Oh, still a little bit, my brush is dark, sorry. It's not clean, okay. With orange from the other side, come to the yellow and let them move in together. And we can bring like a curvy brush stroke because the shape of pumpkin is round. So I start from the bottom part, bring it on top, but not straight. I try to follow the curvy brush stroke. And please bring heavy paint. A little bit come on top, not more. And when you come a little bit past the center, the way that you try to shape the curve is on the other side, like this way. Now it's that way, like this. We want to make it more look like the ball. And then please not let it dry. From this top, a little come inside with the orange. Keep the yellow be big on this part when it's close to us. Even more orange I need. When both color is wet, very well they mix together, so you are not need to be worried about their mixing. And you see they go into each other. Around is more orangey than yellow, but here when this part is in front of us, so this is more yellowy. The part is on the back is more orangey. So you can add more orange on that, just a little bit, keep the yellow. Or like back and forth. If you see your yellow is dry, bring it back with the yellow and again, and then cover it with the orange. Like that. All is come to the center. Imagine here is a place of stem. So this is one curve, and from both sides bring the curve brush stroke to come and reach here to the center. And I mix red with brown. I'm not coming on top of this yellowy orange with just a brown. So we need to have red. Mix with brown. And then take heavy paint again. With the tip of brush, the big part is here. I just try to add the line. Even the thick line would be fine, no worries about it. This is the big part that I want to separate it. This bottom part it can be a little bit thicker, but when it comes up, it's better to be more narrow. And then randomly 1 and 2 line, add here, not cover it, just randomly. And then this part I want to come a little bit, come inside. From this part come inside. And now change the way. From here come inside. And even I can go a little bit like this to cover and give the edge to my pumpkin. This orangey happened by mistake, so this is not a part of my pumpkin. I will come on top with the green color. So I just go to finish the pumpkin with the dark color like that. And just for the information and some tips, if you not happy with any part, let it completely dry. Again, make the color and come on top and fix it. Here on top, exactly the second, what's this, petals. Start from here, put the brush, easily come down, move it like that, and can come inside. You can turn a little bit more movement here or less. I just go with that, make it more heavy. And then when it comes touch the pumpkin, it gets thicker. So you can play with this to make it thicker. Bring it a little bit more like toward left and right with that tip. After that, we can jump on this lighter brown and make the details with the tip of brush, or even if you're more comfortable with round and pointy brush, just shape it randomly like that. Something happened on it, so that's nice to bring. It's still wet, would be okay. You see, they mix together. I don't want always to work on a dry surface. Sometimes it's okay to work on a wet surface and let the color easily mix together. And then come down like this. I clean my brush with napkin. And then I have a light green as well. Take some, just randomly in somewhere, not everywhere, a little bit movement with the green. I want to come here a little bit like this. I'm going to start with dark brown first. Sorry, dark green. Take with this flat brush first. Really straight to the canvas if you want to follow with the flat brush. Straight to the canvas. Draw the narrow line. Start, come here like this. Shape it so gently and slowly, round shape, and then come down like that. It's a little challenging when you want to work with a flat brush. It's easier to go with round and pointy brush, but I just want to show you, if you don't have any pointy brush, it can possible to do it even with flat brush. Sometimes if you add a drop of water into your paint, it's easier to move like this. That's the one. So finish like that, then come up, turn it like this, go like that, randomly move it like this. A drop of water always helpful to let your brush move easily. And then like here. I know working with narrow brush and pointy one need a little bit more practice, but here is a time to practice. Sometimes it happens that it's fade and like go like this. It's like a dry brush stroke. So you can leave it like that. It's a beautiful technique. So you can add as much as you like. For the bigger one here, I'm coming. And come come a little bit more here, turn it and come here. So just play with these details a little more. Sometimes happen you cannot cover it at the first movement. You can come back and a little bit fill it. Drop of water is helpful a little bit. Easily move our brush. It's more challenging when I think about the line that's supposed to be where. But when I leave my hand, just move it anywhere it's more comfortable. It's so beautiful happen, this line, it's more easier. Okay, I think it's okay. I don't want to make it busy a lot. Just with one color, you can start, like just the green. And after you finish with the green, with lighter green, come a little bit details, add, not cover it completely, just somewhere. Like start line here a little bit, or a little bit here. A little bit here. We'll have light and dark color. Or even just a pure white color, it's fine. I just go with the pure white color. I don't touch everywhere. Just a little bit here and there. I don't want to make it busy with the different colors. Oh, it's too light. My white is too much, so I can bring them back with the green to cover it. You see, even I made a mistake, so I can edit and cover it. You cannot say mistake. There is no mistake in art, just the creativity. But it happens. Sometimes you are not feeling happy with any part. You can bring back another color to cover it.